He used my ideas, my resources, and my trust to make himself rich. But in the end, I took it all back and then some. This is a story of betrayal, resilience, and how I turned the tables when he least expected it. His name was Theo. When we met, he had ambition but no direction. He was full of ideas but lacked the tools to bring them to life. I, on the other hand, had the connections, the funding, and the marketing mind to take any idea off the ground. He called me his muse, his lucky charm, and often said, "We're going to build something big together." I believed him. I was in my early 30s, running a small but growing digital brand consultancy. Theo came into my life like a whirlwind of passion, vision, and late-night brainstorming sessions. And before I knew it, I fell hard. Theo had an idea for a health tech app, a subscription-based wellness platform for busy professionals. He pitched it to me like it was the next big thing. He asked for help, not just emotionally, but financially. At first, it was small. A few thousand here, a little office space there. Then came the branding, the legal setup, the first few hires. I poured $70,000 of my personal savings into the project. I helped him polish the pitch deck. I connected him to my business network. I even paused projects from my own clients to help grow his. And when he told me, "We're in this 50-50, I smiled. Because I believed we were partners, in business and in love. Within a year, the app blew up. One viral feature review, and Theo's inbox exploded. Investors lined up. The user base soared. The press dubbed him the new face of wellness tech. He was on fire. And suddenly, I was invisible. He started making decisions without me. Claimed I didn't get the tech side. When I asked about equity or formal partnership paperwork, he brushed it off. We'll sort it all out once things calm down. Then came the parties, the interviews, the constant travel, and then the distance. One night, I showed up at his loft, the one I helped him furnish. I had brought food, hoping to reconnect. I walked in on him with someone else. Her name was Camila, younger, flashier, a brand ambassador for his company. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I walked out. He didn't chase me. 2 days later, I received an email from his legal team, a formal notice removing me from all brand partnerships and advisory titles. Just like that. No equity, no refund, no acknowledgement of everything I built beside him. He had used me, grown rich, and tossed me out like an old pitch deck. For weeks, I spiraled. I questioned everything, my judgment, my talent, my worth. Friends told me to move on. Lawyers told me it would be hard to prove anything without a formal contract. He had made sure I left no trail, no emails confirming our verbal agreement, no shares in my name. I had loved him, trusted him, built his dream with my bare hands. But he had built his empire on my back and stolen every brick. And that's when I decided, if he could play dirty, so could I. I didn't go to the media. I went deeper. I contacted a friend in cybersecurity and a few in finance. I traced every public record of Theo's company. I examined his investor filings, his cap table, his website. And then I found the key, a silent partner clause, a backdoor ownership slot written in early funding docs under a dummy name. I recognized the alias immediately. It was the name he once used as a placeholder on our early pitch deck. He had copied my work, moved it under his control, but forgotten to delete the original trail I had saved on my cloud.
Gotcha.
With my evidence in hand, I filed a lawsuit, not just for fraud, but for intellectual property theft. It took months. He tried to settle, denied everything, called me a bitter ex. But I stayed calm. I presented screenshots, financial transfers, timestamps, cloud-stored drafts, all tracing the origin of the app idea back to me. Every investor document, every pitch presentation, every early dollar. And in the end, I won. The court ruled in my favor. I was awarded 30% equity in the company, a reimbursement of all funds I invested plus interest, and a public apology for IP infringement. Theo's public image took a hit. Investors started asking questions. Camila? She disappeared when the check slowed. And me? I sold my equity stake to a competitor company for triple its value. I walked away with more than he ever expected. And I didn't just take back what he owed me. I took it all back with interest. Today, I run a new consultancy, one focused on helping women founders protect their ideas and secure ownership from day one. I speak at conferences about financial empowerment and intellectual property. I mentor young entrepreneurs and teach them the very lesson I had to learn the hard way. Trust your instincts, but always protect your work. Love should never cost your legacy. I'm not angry anymore. I don't need revenge. Because the best payback is peace, success, and knowing I rebuilt myself, not in a shadow, but on my own terms. Theo once said, "We're building something big." He was right, just not in the way he imagined. If someone uses your kindness, your brilliance, or your love as a stepping stone to build their dream, don't break. Build your own tower taller. Because the truth is, what they stole was never theirs to keep. And when you take back your power, your voice, and your vision, that's when you win. With interest. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like. We share real, raw, and powerful stories every week that remind you. Betrayal may set you back, but it can never stop your comeback. Coming up next, she took credit for my work, so I took her promotion. Trust me, you won't want to miss that one. Hit that notification bell so you're first in line for the next upload. And always remember, the best revenge is success, especially when it comes with receipts.